material is able to expand. There was an added piece of reinforcing placed at the waist for strength. However, I'm not sure this was ever totally needed. But again, this has functioned very well, has stood up extremely well. A little different shape again. And our association with True Grace began at this point and still continues. This corset is 16.5 inches on the inside again. Somewhat less bulky, so it's a little smaller on the outside, as you can visually see. The bust here is 5 clasp, not the previous 6, which was desired for a little more mobility.
It's also not a spoon bust.
As noted, this is not a spoon bust, nor is it necessary with this length. The shape was extremely pleasing. This corset is a little different, made by Madame Madec, specifically short to permit again a little added freedom during certain daily activities. This was made to 15 inches. The shorter the corset, the easier it is to lace the waist, being less of the person to confine. I think it should be said that corseting in this particular situation began at age 48. Therefore, the pliability of the child was not here, and possibly has commenced a little slower than what otherwise would have been expected. Reductions were not always made later on. Once a size of 16.5 inches was achieved, this was held for a year, possibly a little longer, until a little added reduction took place. Again, corseting commenced at a relatively older age of 48, indicating that certainly this can be achieved in a mature person and did not necessarily have to start in childhood. This is a relatively short corset, as you can see. The styling of Madame Madec is somewhat evident in the placement of the bone casings and the actual boning itself. This is not hard to identify. As you will see in future years. This is another garment by True Grace, a little more decorative, also incorporating a spoon bust and somewhat longer. Again, made out of latex rubber, which has, as you can see, stood up extremely well. The waist size here is somewhat under 16 inches. The two-tone effect is somewhat interesting.